Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another craft with me. This is another inspired video. I follow Pink Monarch Prints. I watch their YouTube videos, but I also am subscribed to their monthly subscription plan. So I was looking through my files and discovered that I didn't use anything in the April kit. So I thought I would go ahead and do that today with you. And this is also a project that they did on their channel. So I will talk to you about that in a quick second. I think theirs is a little bit different than this, but in general, it is the same. So I did two off camera. This first one didn't work very well because my closure is just really, really strange. So I'm not going to elaborate on this one, but let me show you the one that did turn out a little bit better. This is the one I just finished with a little bit of a different spin on it. I'm still going to do something different on the closure for the one we're going to do together. But basically, it flips down like this. And so it's got this great writing space. Thank you so much, Anne. Brilliant, brilliant idea. This closure did not work out very well, so I will be doing something different because I had to Velcro it here, and then I had to Velcro it up here to make it stay. Oh, and that's in the pocket. What? Okay, anyway. And then she did this thing with her tag where she made a belly band here, and then she just folded that over like that. So it's got this little flippy dangly thing. Got a couple journal cards and then a tag inside of there. Whoops. So boom. So the one that I set aside, that will probably go in my reference journal since it's not great, but I am going to do one with you together. So there we go. So again, these images are from Pink Monarch Prints. Really fantastic creator. Very, very, very cool stuff. And the kits are very big and they're very versatile, and just you can use them in anything. So I've got my supplies, my vintage photo archival ink, Barely Arts glue, and my Fabri-Tac. And I've got some Velcro dots to do the closure. And I've got some measurements for you. I'm going to take them off the paper for the moment. And so basically what I did, if you're following along exactly, is I took one page. This is going to be our signature journal page, okay? And I did back it. And then you want a second page or second piece of paper because you're going to want to cut a paper. So this is 8.5 by 11 paper. And we're going to cut it 3 inches in. So you're going to need a piece for that as well. And so that's going to measure, 3.5 by 10.5 inches. By the time I take my white borders off, that's what it ends up being. And then you want something similar to what I did on that other one, where you've either got a tag that you can fold over if you're following exactly, or something. Now this is going to have to be cut down, but I figured it was a good choice. It's actually one of the envelopes from the kit, but I thought it would be perfect for this. I'm going to set that over there. We've got some tags, which we'll talk about in a moment, but let's start with the construction and a whale tail tab to hopefully do a better job on the closure. You'd think by 2 times through I would have gotten it, but I didn't. So let's start with going ahead and folding this page. Now this is just a standard page, as I mentioned, 8.5 by 11. I'm not going to really focus on getting this inked or anything because the only thing we're going to do with it is put our little pocket flip down thing on the front of this. And then when I put this in a journal, then I would decorate it further. So that is ready to go. Now this piece, I'm going to turn to my cutter and I'm going to take 3 inches off. So I'm sorry, this is hard for you guys to see. Maybe I need to fix the camera. Hold on. Is that better? Yeah. So we're going to cut 3 inches off, and then we'll be using some of this other stuff for the belly band and the, I think just the belly band. We'll see. We'll see what we need. So give me just a moment. But what I really liked about it was that, is that 3 inches or did I just do that wrong? Let me grab my ruler. This seems very narrow. Is it 3 inches? It is. Was the other one 3 inches? Oh, no. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I did that 3.5. Okay, let's do that. I want to follow this. Thought that was a little bit small. We'll still be able to use that. No worries. So let me do that again and cut this one at 3.5 instead. But what I was going to say is that what Anne was showing was how you can get really creative with the pieces in her kits. And this was one of the ideas that she came up with, which I thought was just epic. So the first thing that you're going to do, let's just measure this, make sure that we're 10.5-ish. Oh, it's longer than 10.5. I will take some off the top if I need to, because I know that I want to measure from one end to the other. Now this is not directional paper, so I don't need to worry about it. And I chose paper that is could be written on both sides, so you could determine which way you wanted this to fold up and which way. Yeah, so yeah, so 3 inches from the bottom. I'm going to make a pencil mark. And then, and I believe that when I did this before, I did the 3 and then I did 3 again, and I still had to trim off just a smidge off the bottom so that it wasn't kind of binding with that other piece. But that's okay. We can take care of that when we get there. So I'm going to grab my scoreboard here and do a quick, hopefully I'll get the one that's not all inky. I need to deal with that cup still. I have an ink pen apparently leaked in there. So we're just gonna go ahead and score on that line. Should have did it on the other side. That's okay. Should be all right. So we're gonna just score that. Okay. It's not exactly on the line. This is nothing that needs to be precise. So, and I'm just gonna score at that next 3-inch line, 3-inch mark. Okay. And let me move that out of the way. And so I want this side of the digital to be on the top. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to fold this up, and you will see it's going to bind. So I will automatically, I probably should just change. Oh no, that one didn't. So my other one must have been too big. Must have been cut wrong. So interesting. Let's just go ahead and burnish it with this tool, and then you're going to do the same here. You're going to fold on the other 3-inch line, and this has been a little bit messy, so I will go back and tell you one more time. Okay, so your piece is 3.5 inches wide and 10.5 inches tall. I mean 10.5 is what I ended up with my other digital. It doesn't really matter. I'll show you what I mean. So if we didn't trim any off the top here, it would just be that this is taller, which I'm just going to leave it. There's no reason why it has to be cut down. So that is that. Let me get rid of those pencil lines here. I saw her video and I'm like, oh, I have got to do that, and I've got to use her digitals. So I'm going to ink this up really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got that. It's going to fold up. Oh, I forgot that edge. And then it's going to fold up again, and that's what's creating that flip down writing space. Epic, epic. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to put that closure on, is I think before I glue this down to the page, I'm going to run a piece of seam binding behind here. This is crooked. What? What the what? Oh, well. Let me reach in my drawer and see if I can find a good seam binding that would go with this paper. Something pinkish would be probably nice. Nope, that's too pink. This yellow color is really gorgeous though. It's kind of a golden yellow, not really bright, kind of almost a mustard yellow. What about this one? Yes, that one right there. So let me get a piece of this off. And I think that's going to make my life easier, is just to do that instead of doing a closure on the outside. And again, what Anne did is she actually did like a little diamond shaped, and it was really interesting and very unique. I love that idea. But I don't know. I think she was using lighter paper because my paper's 65 pound and it was just popping up like crazy. I'm going to put a thumb notch in the top here just to indicate it is a pocket. Okay, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and figure out where we want this. And we want it off to this corner, off to the left bottom corner. And because we're going to put a belly band, the belly band's going to sit right here. So we'll talk about that in a second. So we want to, let me think about this first. If I put a belly band on, then it really almost needs, nope, it doesn't need to tie on the belly band. It needs to go on here though. I'm going to have to do it to see if it's going to work. I mean, I know it would work just like this, but if I put a belly band on as well, it's just what's going to happen is the belly band's going to extend over here. And so it's going to cover that up, which is fine and dandy. So let me find the middle of this baby, the middle-ish. And I'm going to try to open it up a little bit. And I'm going to use my my Barely Arts glue. So I want it kind of here. Okay, so I'm going to move over. Doesn't have to be precise. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. And come on out. Ah! There we go. And I'm just going to run that bead over that way. And then over this way a little bit. Not too far because I don't know what my boundaries are at this point. And I'm going to put that seam binding down there. Okay, just to hold it. Just to hold it right there. Okay. Perfect. Let's see what our boundaries are so we can go a little bit more over with this glue. Sorry, this is an improvisation. Taking you a little off the beaten path, which I do often, I realize. There we go. Okay, so now this is going to get glued on top of there. Okay. So we're going to glue it on 3 sides so that this is a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Barely Arts and do that. So now we have no closure issues at all. It's going to be epic. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. So now when we put the belly band on, the belly band's going to go clear to this edge and it's going to go all the way. Uh-oh, that doesn't work. Ah, it's not going to work. Wonder if it will still tie. I don't know if it's going to still tie. It might tie off to the side. We might have to do that. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. We'll see. It is what it is now. I completely forgot that that belly band is going to go over that, but we'll work with it. So I've got a strip already. So do we want to just use this as our belly band? And yeah, I think so. So I'm going to make a mark here at this edge. And I'm going to trim that off. I know what we might be able to do to solve this problem though. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where's my eraser? So I have this handy dandy thing that allows you to make that label, or the like you're on your name badges and stuff. I'm wondering if that would work to do that, and I'm not worried about this side, but I am concerned about this side. So if I put a hole here, I don't think I can go that far back though. If I put a hole here, that ribbon's going to come up from the bottom, and that would probably solve it, except it closes the belly band. Ugh! Ugh, ugh, ugh. Okay, I think this will work. I think it's long enough. I should have thought that through. So let me go ahead and ink this up. You can make this belly band as thick or as narrow as you want. I'm just going to leave it as it is, whole as the scrap that it was. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on, and I'm just putting glue here and here. And I'm feeling like we need to glue this down though, because it's going to take a lot of pressure now, because it's going to be being pulled against, okay? Which I don't know if this is really going to be very functional, but live and learn, right? If it doesn't work, don't you do it, okay? Don't you do it. There we go. Alrighty. So our belly band is going to go right here. And we could actually, I wonder if we could, yeah, I think it's going to be okay as long as we leave that plenty of time to dry. I do need to put a little piece of parchment in here so that that doesn't get stuck, because we've got that wet glue coming through that seam binding. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of parchment paper here and just stick that right there so we don't have a problem. And I'll be able to pull it out, provided I cut it a little narrower. Yikesies. So how are you guys doing? We're doing well in my neck of the woods. Really well. Before this is Monday the 1st, and my husband had a procedure today, so it's been a kind of a weird day, but all is well and home and all of that. You do want to make sure that you don't go too high up with your belly band, because you want it to be covered by this, okay? So that's going to be perfect, just to kind of balance it equally on that ribbon. So I'm going to just go like that. I just meant to put it all the way over there. And then you move that parchment. Okay, and then just give that a good press. We're a little bit crooked. Come on, baby. There we go. I just love this idea. So we're going to have to let that set really, really well so that we don't get, it doesn't tear. So, I mean, I suppose what I could do, but I can't do it with this on here, is I could have sewn around the edges, but I did not. I did not do that. So that is pretty much the construction now, because we've solved our tie our closure. So this can just tie off to this side in a little bow when it's nice and dry. That's going to be perfect. So where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I say. Sometimes you have to try things several times before you get to that result. I also really loved the look of the whale tail tab. So I might put that on there just for some accent, like put it right here and just have it be glued to the inside there, because I liked the look of that on the other one. So let's do that. I think it's just was not strong enough to hold it, or just the way that I glued it down was wonky. So I want pinkish part up. So I'm gonna go like that, and I want it to kind of be down here towards the bottom, or like, oh, I didn't ink it. Like I said, it's been a weird day. It's been a weird day. There we go. Probably gonna need more glue though. Let me just get some Fabri-Tac here. Okay. So what do you guys do for the 4th of July? I don't know when this is going to air, so it might already be past by the time you get a chance to respond, but we host 4th of July here at our house, so not a huge gathering, you know, our kids and my sisters and stuff, so that'll be good. I'm not a fireworks person, so I love that, because I can put a, you know what I might do on this off camera is I'll put an eyelet and some seam binding, but also maybe a dangle, let that hang off the bottom. So we've got some tags. Now I know that these are, nope, this one fits perfectly. Different kit, different sizes. So I'm going to take oh, we forgot about this piece. we want to put this in. So you can see how much I have to cut it down though, because we're gonna fold it on that line there, and then we're gonna let it kind of hang over like it's just taking a rest on top of that belly band. So let me give that a good crease. And I'm going to ink these pieces up, and I'll be right back. So I just was thinking about the creator who I saw this on. I don't think her name is Anna. I think it's Anna. So my apologies, Anna, if I said that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Anna. But one of the things I love about her kits is she's done these things they're called super simples, and they're just like little mini projects, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so and you could also, with this, if you wanted to keep this nice and tight in there, you could put a paper clip, but you see how I need to cut that off. Completely forgot about cutting it off. So it's going to be little-ish, but we're going to just do it. We're going to go with it. We're going to roll with it and just give that a trim. I think she might have put her belly band higher up because it seems like her stuff was bigger when it went on that little belly band, but I could be wrong. But I just thought it was cute. I think her belly band was higher up. But isn't that so sweet? Just so simple. And then we've got this tag that's going to go. Oh, I didn't ink this one. Goodness gracious. I'm yakking and thinking to myself. So just a short and sweet one today. Need to go have some dinner. Just got some salads from Wendy's. So that's going to stick down in there, and I'll put some kind of topper on there as well, just to give that a little bit more accent. And then these will fit in here as little tag additions. Oh, actually, this one can go in here too. Let's put those two in the top, kind of cattywampus. And then these two smaller ones can go in the belly band that are going to be held in because of our little fold-up writing space. So isn't that so sweet? I absolutely love it. I don't know that a paper clip would really work because it's down in there, but I mean, you could put a tiny, like a little Tim Holtz one in there, but I think we're good to take that parchment out now, hopefully. Actually, I'm going to leave it in just to be sure. So then let's just see how this is going to fold. And then I'll put a quote or something on it, or decorate the front of this, but let's make sure she can tie. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to go as far over here as I possibly can. Yeah. It's a tight one though. I should have thought that through a little bit better. But it's super cute. Super cute. Oh, look at that. It's adorable. Oh, now the whale tail tab looks weird, but that's okay. So yeah, that is it. That's our project for today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I am trying to make my videos a little bit shorter by doing the work on the front end, just to have it be a little bit less time for you guys. See the project and be able to get down to your desk and create it. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.